Welcome back, survivors, and we're back in 7 Days to Die Alpha 19 Experimental for some base building. Today, we're going to take a look at what I call the Hopscotch base, or the Bunny Hop base, however you want to say it. So grab a cup of joe, settle in, and let's talk about those stumble mechanics. So, watching the dev streams, I was really intrigued about some of the new mechanics, particularly the stumble mechanics and the robotic sledge. You see, the great thing about new mechanics is that they're always ripe for the pickings. And these are ripe for the pickings. So, before we begin, you guys already know how this goes. You're veterans at this. You can find the subscribe button. You can find the like button. That's if you want to. And there's also some socials right down there that you can follow me on. So what I was looking for was a mechanic or a block that would allow me to trigger the stumble mechanic as much as possible without them attacking it too much. After searching around for a little while, what I came up with was the quarter block. Now the quarter block can be made out of either wooden frames, it can be made out of rebar frames, or it can be made out of wet concrete. Those are your choices. So to get to the quarter block on any of these, simply hold down the R, go to the shape, either look for it or type 1/4, and you're going to pick the 1/4 block. Now, there are going to be two 1/4 blocks. There's going to be the quarter block centered and the quarter block. You want the quarter block. Then you're going to go to your R again, hold it down, go to advanced rotation, and click it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, or until it is floating in the air, sitting at the back of the block. And then you're going to skip a block and then put another one. Now, when you run up to it, or a zombie runs up to it, you can't move past it. You have to jump over it. And I imagine that this would work with other blocks, but I found that the quarter block works really, really well for this. So let's take a look at the first iteration of the base. So this is just a proof of concept. It's a basic corridor base. It's one wide so that when their stumble mechanic is triggered, that they have a chance of falling off, and they really do, even with this short one. There's your basic stairs with your stair foot at the bottom. And I've got a robotic sledge over here because I'm going to tell you something. The yaw on these was increased. In other words, the range that they can go like this and like this to 170 degrees. So these things are actually beasts if you put them on here on stuff like that. And then I've just got a couple of hatches right here, just something you could fall back to. But I'm going to tell you, when you see this, you're not going to need these hatches really. So let's get some zombies out here. Let's say some businessmen. And then let's get their attention. Let's lock our camera and get out. Now they're going to come up just like any of the regular corridor base, but you see they're having to jump every single time. We're already seeing stumbles. We already got one falling off. And then when they get up here, the sledge simply wrecks them because they're already off balance. So you can stand it. Now, occasionally one does make it through, but you can stand up here behind this frame, behind this hatch, excuse me, and simply club them to death as they stand there. So this was just a proof of concept. I was like, cool, it worked. How can we apply that to base night? All right, so this is what a first Blood Moon base might look like. It's all made out of tier 1 materials. We're still doing the wooden quarter blocks. We've got a place to put our sledgehammer down. We will put it right there. And yeah, we've basically built us a little protection from vultures up here. We have the same hatch set up. It's basically the same thing, just protected for Blood Moon night. So let's throw up a hatch. Let's get a couple of Arlenes out here. We'll get their attention. Go on and lock our camera and get out. And we'll take a look and see how Arlene takes care of this. Oh, Arlene. As you can see, I'm not even sure if you left this running for a while, if they wouldn't just never make it to you. As you can see, the stumble mechanics just keep them moving. The jumping keeps them slowed down. And if they even get close to you, the robotic sledge just slams them in the face and knocks them off. So, how can we exploit this even further? Let's take a look at version 3. So, this was my third proof of concept base, and it worked, but I really wasn't satisfied with it because it was just that with just more stuff added on to it. And again, I was in this box and I was like away from the zombies, and although I could shoot them and all that good stuff, I really wanted a little bit more interaction. So here it is. Now, this also includes some traps and some other things, but if you take the traps away, this still works just the same. So we've taken all of the ideas that we had from all of these other ones. We have another 1 foot wide, another 1 block wide corridor, excuse me. We have barbed wire out here. We have our quarter block. So not only are they being slowed down, but they have to jump, and then they jump onto a block with barbed wire and then try to have to jump off the block with barbed wire onto barbed wire while the stumble mechanics are happening. Yeah, it usually slows them down quite a bit. So up here, we just have a trigger with a dart trap set out at the level of the block, so it either hits them either in the legs or it headshots somebody. And then they come along here, same thing. Actually, it looks like we forgot a block there. I think I was actually doing some work. And they get up here, and you've got just a whole wicked, run of traps right here. And this is where we're going to put our sledge. And then if they make it past here, remember there's an electric fence running along this whole section right here that's going to give the robotic sledge plenty of time to beat on these guys. If they do manage to make it through, then they have to come through the tunnel of terror to meet me down here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hatches. Now, you might think, oh, well, that's just, well, the special part to this base is that you have a 1 block wide corridor all the way around that's only a block off of here, but is blocked by iron bars and a block above you to keep the birds from off of you, where you can melee with the zombies all the way around your base if you want to. Now, you're still going to have to deal with cops, you're still going to have to deal with spitters, but just come back in and open a hatch and fire out at them. I mean, I think this is probably one of the better interactive bases that I built. So let's see how this thing actually holds up on a Horde night. Now, I'm level 25 or 26 or something like that. 21, game stage 50. It's going to be day 49 Horde, so let's crank that thing up, get the sun and the moon red, and let's go. And there she is. Let's go on and drink our black strap coffee so that we'll have us a little stamina. I'm going to assume that by this point you would at least have some decent weapons. So I've got a few things on me. All right, here we go. Zombie Yo is our first customer. No, sir. You don't get to run off. As you can see, it is perfectly possible to reach them. No, sir. You don't get to come through here. You're blocked by that block up there. Yeah. I'm out of stamina. Let it recharge. Let it recharge. We're not in a hurry. They got a whole big thing over here to run. Now you could line this thing with more spikes, and also remember that barbed wire is repairable. Well, I hear you, doggy. So let's let him run for a while and just see what happens if, oh, there's our first vulture customer. Might have to put up some more vulture protection, obviously. Let's go out here a little bit and take a look at them. As you can see, they're still struggling to even get through this first run. Oh, I forgot to turn my generator on. Isn't that nice? There we go. There we go. Y'all take a little bit of that. Okay, now, once they get past my little spike area, they're free to kind of run down here. However, this electric fence right here is not on a switch while this other one is. So the idea is that you can turn this on if they breach and you need these. But if you don't need these, you can just leave that off and let them come on around. But even once they get all the way over here, they're going to get shocked. They have to survive not stumbling off, for one thing. And once they get up here, they're shocked. Then you got the robotic sledge knocking them off. It would have to be a really, really large group of zombies to beat down this base. So let us run it a little bit longer. And they really do get excited sometimes and want to jump up on the side. Occasionally they can get stuck here. It's not a big deal. One hit usually gets them off. But yeah, I mean, we're not even getting them close to getting down here to the end. The robotic sledge hasn't even had an opportunity to take a hit yet. We might have another customer. We might have another customer. Big boy looks like he might be able to make it down. Nope. Oh, how about Zombie Yo? Come on, Yo. Come on, Yo. You can do it, man. You are moving. Come on, dude. Where are you going? Oh, and another one bites the dust. Oh, we got another customer. Can he make it? Come on, big boy. You can do it. You're almost there. There's only a couple of more blocks. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Yeah, buddy. You made it. You get the electricity prize. Oh, my goodness. Poor zombie, man. All right, guys. So thank you for tuning in. You know how this works. If you like what you see, if you want to see more of these type videos, just hit the big red subscribe button. I think this base pretty much works. Protects you against the jumpers, protects you against the dogs, protects you against the walkers. Pretty much all there. We never even had a zombie that even, well, we had two that made it down to the electric fence, and they couldn't even make it to the front to melee me. So anyway, just a different idea for a different kind of base. Figured it could be tweaked a little bit. Thought I'd share it. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you in the next episode of whatever you see me in. Have a good night, guys.